Hey everybody, BuffCheese here, and welcome to my new series where I'm playing Space Hulk Ascension, which is essentially a sequel to the video game version of a board game that came out in the 1980s. If anyone's heard of Warhammer 40,000, this is Space Hulk, the original game, that alongside like Rogue Trader and stuff. They were the sort of forerunners to that game. The lore that was established in this went into 40k, and it's grown from there. The lore to 40k is expansive, to say the least. It's set in the 41st millennium, where everything is awful. It's literally grimdark. It's the grim, dark future where there is just war. There is only war. Sorry, got the tagline wrong. Great, fantastic lore. But anyway, this is the sort of sequel to the last game that Full Control did for Space Hulk, where the original, the original video game version of Space Hulk was brought out in 2012, 13, something like that. It didn't seem to be well received because people were sort of expecting an XCOM style game, when in fact it was more like a proper conversion from the board game into a video game. I've never played the board game, so I'm not entirely sure what the differences are, but they were enough so that it wasn't wildly well received. So then they've brought out this, which is a much nicer looking version, and I think it's more XCOM-y than the previous game. And I've sort of I've played a few of the tutorial missions, and I've established that I'm terrible at the game. So let's go from here. I've already done it. Okay, so there are 5 factions, 2 of which I believe Imperial Fists and Salamanders are yes, they are DLC. So you have Ultramarines. Let me go back. Ultramarines, which are Smurf Marines. If you say Space Marines, people think of these guys. They're blue, they're sort of Roman style Centurions and all that stuff. They're called Smurf Marines because they're unfortunately the ones that have to be the template for all the others that are slightly different. So you go, okay, like the Blood Angels for one thing, they're like the normal Marines, but they've got these differences. So unfortunately, the Ultramarines and the Marine chapters that work the same way as them, they're sort of quite vanilla. But then again, they have to be vanilla. If you don't have a standard, you don't know what's different. So they're there. They have different things. +5 to ranged and -5 to melee. Okay. And they have a ranged focus on the chapter. Blood Angels are amongst the most honoured and renowned of all chapters. They're all bloody honoured and renowned. These 3 are all first founding chapters. That will mean nothing if you don't know the lore. But originally there was 20 Space Marine legions. Something bad happened. The Horus Heresy happened. Half of them turned traitor. The other half stayed true to the Emperor. And then after that, the Primarch, the leader of the Ultramarines, thought that it was a bad idea for one guy to control hundreds of thousands of post-human genetically engineered super warriors. So they were split into groups of 1,000 called chapters, and that's where they've come from now. In fact, all of these are all first founding. These were all legions originally, and now they're down to just 1,000 chapters. 1,000 soldiers in a chapter. There's Blood Angels, which are they're kind of vampires in the sort of way. It was sort of like GW's attempt to sort of go, okay, they like blood. They're all vampiric and stuff. They have a genetic disease. They'll randomly go ballistic and start trying to eat each other. But I'm not sure if that's. I'm pretty sure that's still. Yeah, it seems to be still in the lore. They've written out a few of them, like the Space Wolves. Like the Space Wolves, who their genetic defect is that they can turn into wolves accidentally. I'm not sure if that's still a thing, but it used to be. But they're pretty badass. They're basically they're Vikings. They're space Vikings who have lots of wolf totems and emblems and stuff. They were the Emperor's executioners. They were the ones who were sent to punish errant Primarchs and legions, and were quite badly damaged when they tried to wipe out one of them at the start of the Horus Heresy. But anyway, yeah. So these guys are for the savagery and defiance of authority. Yeah, fair enough. These guys have frost weapons. That's interesting. They're melee focus, of course they are. Oh, the Blood Angels. They have no unique trait. and our chapter focus is versatile. That seems a bit underwhelming. I am disappointed there aren't the Dark Angels. The Dark Angels have a special place in my heart. They were my first army when I actually played the tabletop game. The Deathwing, which is what their Terminators are called, are badass. Bone armor and lots of robes and all sorts of crazy stuff. They're unfortunately not in the game, even as DLC. I'd probably have bought them. Barely played the game and I'd buy them. They're that great. So anyway, out of the 3 that I can actually pick, because Imperial Fists and Salamanders I don't own. Salamanders, they're all about fire. Imperial Fists are all about defense, by the look of it. Yes, they're all they're very defense bonus focused, the Imperial Fists. So I'm gonna go Ultramarines there. I'm gonna go with Space Wolves. Now I'm also gonna go with normal because I don't want to die, which is what I will do if I take anything higher. Because I'm already dying when I was playing the tutorials, so we'll see what happens with this. Okay, I identified 3 Space Hulks and systems across the Imperium. Space Hulks are basically space wreckage. Either massive asteroids that have been mined and tunneled into, or they're old ships that have been lost and have now been inhabited by Genestealers, which are an interesting sort of guy. What am I talking about? Genestealers, they're Tyranids, but they're not really Tyranids yet. So I'm going to go with, obviously, the Space Hulk. Can I choose different ones? Cool. I'm just going to go with the Space Wolves one. Space Hulks are a rare sight, and it's rare still that the warp splits them out in an inhabited system, where their deadly alien cargo can threaten the citizens of the Imperium. The vessel codenamed Jotunheim is one such Space Hulk. It has appeared in the Athens system. Unusually, it is transmitting a message on all frequencies in an ancient dialect of Fenris, the homeworld of the Space Wolves. My brothers are redeemed, the Jotunheim is no longer a threat, so say Herulf of the Rout. Your force of Wolf Guard have been dispatched to board the Jotunheim, end whatever threat lies aboard it, and discover Herulf's fate. Huh. They've all got great beards. It's amazing. Right, so let's start with this one. Let's go with squad assignment. I'm just going to go with standard at the moment. It doesn't seem to... I don't have any customized Terminators yet, so there's not much difference. Entering through an old wound in Jotunheim's flank, your squad advances into dark and maze of twisted metal and broken debris that is the interior of the Space Hulk. You are following in the footsteps of Hyrulf and other heroes of legend, eager to forge your own saga. Okay, the objective is exit with 3 or more Terminators.
Sergeant of the squad, accept your orders.
Okay, I accept the orders. Oh, okay, so I need to... What's the additional info? There is none. Oh, deploy Terminators, deploy at least 3.
Awaiting your command.
Okay, that was nice and in-depth. Okay, so we'll deploy. In his glory. Right, so spawn my sergeant.
Your orders, Lord.
And everyone behind him.
For the wolf time. The Emperor's finest.
Cool, right. This game is very unforgiving. Like, your guys can just die really easily if you put them in a stupid position. So we'll see. I want to get there, do I? Okay. They can go there. He can go there. And he can go there.
With all due
Just played a
haste.
few of the tutorial missions, and then I was just like, I just want to play the game. I'll learn it as I go along and know the basics. Okay, tracking Xenos threat. Ooh. Animation speeds are fine, whatever. Don't want to speed them up. I'm going to have this guy come up to there. Have him advance a little bit further, because that means he can come up a little bit further.
Moving.
Which is what I need.
I am moving.
He can stay there. Does he? He has a flamer. Okay, I want him actually useful then. So I'm going to send him up here. And this guy can follow behind these guys.
Objective logged.
And I'm going to have him go
They will
Overwatch,
fall.
which is like XCOM. They come in front of
Xenos
you, you
contact
shoot them.
spotted.
Xenos contact. Okay, they're coming from down there. Cool. So, I'm going to use the great thing about flamers and burn them all to death. And it actually leaves a little flame.
A righteous kill.
So that should hopefully have killed them off, or at least hurt them quite a bit. They're still red coming from there, so I think that means that they're still alive. So I might just do it again. I have limited ammo, but might be worth it.
You shall be cleansed.
Okay, it's gone. Cool, so there was an enemy there, and now he's burnt alive. The cool thing about this is you can see the first person bit up here, which is quite cool. Right, so I'm going to move this guy up to there.
Moving.
This guy up to here. One more.
Securing area.
This guy.
Yes,
there.
my lord.
I just want overlapping fields of fire, so that there's no chance of my Terminators being jumped on from behind. If they jumped on from behind, I'm pretty sure it's just a... That's it, they're dead. Likewise, if they get in melee, you don't want to get in melee, essentially, is what I've learned.
Moving to target coordinates.
Because even though they're Terminators and they're meant to be really good in melee, they just get completely wrecked by a single Genestealer.
Xenos contact spotted.
Okay, so there's something behind that door, which is good to know. So I'm going to move him there.
Moving ahead.
And he is going to go into Overwatch.
Holding position.
This guy can also go there. This guy can go there.
Weapon at the ready.
All in Overwatch. That won't be an issue, right? He can't go in Overwatch. So I'll send this guy to stand here, and he's going to open the door. When he's quite ready. Open door. And there's a Genestealer. And he can't move. And this guy can't attack. Cool. So he might get wrecked now. We'll see.
Beware the alien.
Oh no, he will not. None of that shit. Oh, that.
Guide my fire.
Ooh wee. Cool. Good job. I'm gonna have this guy. I can't really. I'm risking it now. If Xenos come from over there, he might die. Hopefully he won't. Oh, okay. He's shooting at them because he's. I'm gonna have him shoot again. Aimed fire. I'm not sure. But it killed him anyway, so that's all that matters. I'm gonna move this guy up as well, and then move this guy up.
Securing position.
Have him face that way. Have him move up to there. Have him move to there. And have this guy move to there. Wonderful. End turn.
They approach.
Okay, so nothing happened, which is good. This is the first mission, so I'm not expecting it to be overwhelmingly difficult yet. But this is a difficult game, I know that much. Fairly difficult. But so far, this is pretty good. I'm liking this. See, normally I would want to explore, but I just know that the Genestealers can come out the vents and they can just completely ruin your day. So I'm going to end the turn here. There they are. Okay, cool. Do you want to like shoot him in the face with your storm bolter? Good job. Bolters, if you don't know, are
Moving out.
basically heavy machine guns, but because these guys are so huge, it doesn't really seem like it. They fire mass reactive shells, which are basically sort of grenades that explode when they detect they're inside someone, which is pretty good, like as a weapon. And that's the standard Space Marine weapon. All their weapons are bolt weapons. Is that the end of the mission? What do I do now? Do I have to keep going, or can I end the turn? Yeah, end turn. Oh well, he's dead. That's happened. So can this guy just run now?
Clear a path.
Cool. And that's an achievement. Wonderful. So I lost one, unfortunately, because I left him behind. something I do need to work with, I think. Like, there's no real reason for him to say that once the others were dead. He should have kept up. Maybe facing behind to stop them advancing on us, but still. Okay, so the next thing, seal this area from the rest of the Space Hulk to provide a staging post for your assault. Close 9 bulkhead doors. Okay. Right. Let's go with it. The twisted corridors of Jotunheim bear the scars of ancient battles. The butchered remains of countless genestealers lie here, preserved by the frozen, airless atmosphere of the Space Hulk. And amongst them you find the bodies of Space Wolves and ancient marks of armour. Their weapons are empty, and it's clear they died in battle. Their souls are with the Allfather now. That's what the Space Wolves call the Emperor. You must seal this area off from the rest of Jotunheim. It will form a staging post of the Space Wolves forces from which you can explore the rest of the Space Hulk.
Sergeant of the squad, accept your orders.
I will accept the orders, as you've given them to me. Okay, cool. Additional info. Deploying those zones. Deploy at least one Terminator. Well, yeah, obviously. Yes, I will fight this battle without any soldiers. That makes sense. Cool. Right, so I'm going to spawn this guy.
I shall not fail.
And the librarian.
Show
They're basically
the way.
psychers. They're the mages of the universe. They channel warp energy, and it is very dangerous. And they can accidentally summon demons if they do it badly. I'm not sure if that's
Squad
the case in
deployed.
this game, but that's how it works.
We
in
walk
the
with
lore.
death. The Emperor's finest.
Let's go.
Ready as commanded.
Bring everyone in,
Awaiting your command.
because there's a lot of objectives.
I shall not
I don't
fail.
think there's any
Squad
downside
deployed.
to bringing everyone in, so I'm going to do it. Okay, so cool. I'm going to send this guy up to here. The door is opened. He can join with them. This guy can walk forwards. So can this guy. And so can this guy. And then over here, all the way over here, I'm going to send this guy over here to... he's moved. I didn't mean to move him. Whatever.
Securing position.
This guy can move there. He can move there.
Taking position.
He can move there.
Move.
And they can't go in Overwatch, which is a shame. You obviously need more points. Cool. So I'll end turn.
Enemy sighted.
Okay, something happened. Not sure what.
Moving.
Move forward to here. Move forward to there. Move forward to there. And he can't quite get to there, so this guy can move up over the door. And there's going to be a Xenos fight over here. Are they coming through the vents? I think they might be coming through the vents. Or not, maybe. I'm not sure. I think this is a vent place that they can drop on you, just because of the shadows.
By your will,
I have
my
a feeling that
lord.
might be the case.
Moving.
So I'm going to send this guy here and have him go into Overwatch.
Stay alert,
Just
brothers.
because I have a feeling that door might hide
I
some
am
enemies.
moving.
And this guy can't go into Overwatch, so I'm going to send him
Clear a
out.
path.
And down here, these two guys are going to move forward. So he can open the door.
Yes, my lord.
This guy can follow him. And he might get bum rushed. Send
Initiating
this guy around
attack.
here, and all of a sudden there's a Genestealer. No, Genestealer. But he's got fire, so it's fine. So I'm just gonna go wham.
Purge faster.
And he's dead to that. Which is good. That's a good thing.
Objective logged.
Cool. And this guy can go up as well. Wonderful. I don't need to go there at the moment. Cool. So I'll end this turn.
I will end you.
Oh, they're on the other side of that door. So I'm going to send him there. And then he should... Okay, that's the block. That's the bulkhead done. Wonderful. He can turn around. And all of a sudden he sees them right behind him. And, oh dear, he's going to die. Unless this is the guy with a flamer. Could he attack? I could put it like that, and then there might be there would be fire to stop it. But what if I move him up to here, and then to there?
Taking position.
Oh no, I've just sacrificed him. That's what I've done. Cool. Okay. Well, only in death does duty end. And his duty is about to end. So this guy can walk in to the next one.
Clear a path.
And he can stand here. And have a...
Securing position.
Oh, Genestealer. Okay. Can I have you use your sword, your power fist? 100% chance to hit. Smack him. Smack him. Cool, good job. So I'm going to send this guy around to here. And I just crush the remains as I walk past. I'm going to have him walk over here. Because I have a feeling that's where most of the danger is going to be coming. Stand on there. Psychic skills. I'm not sure what that was, I just did. What is that I just did? Rune of Command. Act with greater coordination and efficiency. Oh, they just get +1 AP. Cool. So close the door. That's the bulkhead dealt with. Wonderful. 2 of 9. Making good progress. And here is where I'll end the episode. So thank you very much for watching. I think this has been an alright first start to the series. I mean, not sure how long the campaigns are meant to last. I think there's a fair amount of length to them. Then again, they're not stupidly long. So we'll see. But I hope you've enjoyed. Any feedback, of course, is welcome. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.